Broken, a novel by Danny Riggs. For those that are stronger and those who soon will be. He looked into her eyes and kissed her, gently sucking on her bottom lip. Suddenly, his tongue was demanding that she part her lips and let him in. This was just what she needed. She'd had a long, crazy week, but it wasn't just that. She felt herself truly falling for Marcel. He moved down, planting strong kisses in that place on her neck between her jawbone and her shoulder. The sensation that he gave sent shivers down her spine. A low moan escaped her as he moved down, taking her left nipple into his mouth, all while grasping her right breast with his hand. Damn, this feels good, she thought. As he moved back up to her neck and then her lips, she moaned again and he eased his way inside her. Her body was absolutely ready for him. Somewhere in the back of her mind, there was a thought to make him stop and put on a condom. The thought was faint, though, and as his hips pressed into hers, she pushed it away. He was her man, and he felt so good inside her. She wrapped her long legs around him and pulled him in deeper. "Oh, God," Jackie exclaimed as the pace of their rhythm increased. "Yeah, baby," Marcel responded in a deep, guttural groan. In one swift motion, he flipped over on his back and pulled her on top of him, staying inside her the entire time. He was the truth. Now she could feel him completely, and the skilled motion of her up and down was just about too much for both of them. In minutes, their climax was a duet of sounds so intense that later she would question whether or not her neighbors heard them through the open bedroom window. She fell against his chest, and the musky scent of the cologne that she bought for him and their sex mingled together in the air. That was just what I needed, she thought again. Damn, girl, Marcel said, trying to catch his breath. Damn. In the dark, Jackie smiled. Marcel was an office manager for an insurance company near her job. Though he wasn't as driven as Jackie would have liked, but acted like he was the HNIC. He was smart and definitely had the potential to make more of himself, with her encouragement and support, of course. He also didn't seem to mind that she made considerably more money than he did. Marcel was funny and good-natured when he actually did come around. His chocolate brown skin and beautiful smile rivaled that of Morris Chestnut, and the way he put it on her when they made love made Jackie feel like she could definitely make everything else work. Want something to drink? She asked, not really wanting to break from her orgasmic reverie. Nah, that's cool, Marcel answered. Actually, he paused for a moment, I can't stay. Still lying on top of him, Jackie stiffened. The hairs on the back of her neck stood up, but she told herself not to flip out. What do you mean you can't stay? She asked. Her alto voice was slightly higher in pitch. I mean, I have to go out of town for a couple of weeks and I'm leaving tonight, Marcel said, gently maneuvering her off of his now limp penis. I'm going to be busy, so I won't be able to see you, probably not even talk to you till I get back, he finished. Oh no, Jackie thought. Oh hell no. She was not slow in the least and knew for a fact that he was not in a position to go on business trips for his company. So where are you going that we won't even be able to speak for 2 weeks? She could feel the anger like bile rising up in her throat. The job is sending me out of town on business. There it was, the lie that was as plain as the nose on his gorgeous face. Damn, Marcel said. This time, Jackie didn't smile. Why are you questioning me? I mean, it's not like you're my wifey. She felt the sting of his words deep in her chest. Nestled there, just a little south of the sting, was a pang of truth. She and Marcel had never discussed commitment. He never asked her to be his woman and never proposed to be her man, boyfriend, boo, or anything else. But the more time they spent whining and dining, with her doing more of the whining and dining than him, and making love, She just assumed. To hell with him, she thought bitterly. It was all she could do to keep from crying. This was young girl stuff. She knew better. And yet, here she was again. She'd be damned if she let him see her cry. Sounds like bullshit to me, she said. But fine, you can go. She tried to sound as dismissive as possible, knowing full well that it was the other way around. Marcel got up without saying a word. Jackie watched as he pulled on his boxers. The muscles in his broad shoulders flexed as he lifted his white wife-beater t-shirt over his head. She was getting angrier by the second. Once again dressed in slacks and a button-down shirt, his knockoff Donna Karan jacket slung over his shoulder, Marcel sauntered over to Jackie's side of the bed. He leaned down to kiss her. She turned her head. Come on, Jackie. Don't be like that. I'll call you as soon as I get back in town. She barely heard when his used BMW started up and pulled off a few minutes later. She was in the shower trying to wash away all remnants of the man with whom she foolishly thought she was falling in love. As tears mixed with the water running down her face, Jackie knew that she had to face some truth. She wished the whole of it was that she was finally through with Marcel. There was no question about that. When she was done, she was done. Soon, shudders racked her entire body. The truth of what she really needed to face? That went way beyond Marcel. To read more, check the link in my bio.